Hi, this is Louise Schaefer, and you are listening to TV Confidential.
Be here at 6. Antipasto con burrata.
Kid Robertson welcoming you back to TV Confidential, radio talk show about television. Always happy to welcome back our friend Michelle Danner. Michelle Danner, legendary acting teacher, one of the most successful and most versatile women working in the entertainment industry today. Michelle's latest film, The Italians, is a comedy drama about the fiery matriarch of an Italian-American family who not only clashes with the girlfriend of her only son when she realizes that she is everything she doesn't want in a wife for her son, but finds herself unpacking a host of other issues with her family, including infidelity, unresolved issues with her own mother, and a serious heart condition that causes her and the rest of her family to reevaluate themselves. Michelle Danner stars as the matriarch of The Italians. She also directs the movie, while the cast also includes Rob Estes, Matthew Daddario, Abigail Breslin, and Lainey Kazan. The Italians, now available for streaming on demand as this program airs on many platforms beginning today, Friday, April 11th. Michelle, welcome back to our program.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I am not an expert on the films of Michelle Danner, but I believe I've seen about 5 or 6 of your movies, and this one seems different in the sense that most of the movies that I've seen that you've directed as well as produced, the storylines tend to be straight from the headlines, tend to be serious, while The Italians has moments of seriousness in it. This is really a fundamental story about family. Is that what attracted you to this project?
Absolutely. That was the whole thing. Alisa Filip-Biska, who's the writer, brought me the story. The play was a play at the time, years ago, before COVID, a year, I think, before COVID. And I immediately was drawn to it because it's about family, it's about love, and it's about no matter how crazy you are, at the end of the day, love takes care of everything. So that's the story I was drawn to, and I thought that character of the matriarch, Angelina, was a composite of my mother, my grandmother, my sisters. I totally understood that character, and that's the reason why I ended up playing it.
Okay, you'll forgive me for saying this because you just said you based it on people that you know and people that you love. But as a viewer, I found it was a little difficult for me to get into the movie because I found her a bit too abrasive. But yes. I realized that's the character.
Well, yes, that's the character. That's the character. But at the end, she softens.
Yes, she does.
And, she learns a lesson, and everybody actually does as well. So, of course, the characters have wonderful arcs, and she's, battling with her own mother, played by the wonderful Lainey Kazan. And, it's the lessons that we have to learn in life, especially when it comes to family.
Absolutely. Michelle Danner is the director and the star of The Italians, a comedy drama about an idiosyncratic Italian-American family that drive each other crazy, but who pull themselves together as most families do in a time of crisis. The Italians also features Rob Estes, Matthew Daddario, Abigail Breslin, and Lainey Kazan, plus a lot of scenes with food. When you watch the movie this weekend, when you check it out on demand, I would recommend eating first because if you don't, you'll find yourself binge eating as you're watching The Italians. At least that was the case with me. I watched it late at night, Michelle, but there was just so much delicious food on the screen, I felt compelled to make myself a snack in the middle of watching.
Oh, that's so funny you're saying that because I did end up getting all the recipes. Our wonderful production designer, Alexander Ranias, made all these incredible recipes, and everybody was commenting, wow, the food is really good on set. Because usually, when you have dinner scenes and restaurant scenes, the food is never so great. But the food was really good, so as we were eating, we were enjoying this top-notch, Italian cuisine. And since then, I've made many of these recipes, and will continue to do so. I have to tell you that on April 11th, it's on Amazon. and then it'll be followed by other platforms, Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu, etc.
Okay.
But it's going to be exclusively on Amazon.
Okay.
Starting on April 11th.
Okay, starting on April 11th, The Italians will be available exclusively for streaming on demand on Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, check it out. It's a lot of fun. A great movie to enjoy as we get into the holiday weekend, because this is Passover weekend as this program airs, while next weekend is Easter weekend, a time when a lot of families are going to be getting together anyway, and probably going to want to watch something that's fun and that is essentially about families. The Italians, starring Michelle Danner, also directed by Michelle Danner, available Amazon Prime exclusively beginning Friday, April 11th. You can follow Michelle Danner on Instagram. We mentioned one of the other cast members was Abigail Breslin. Now, you directed Abigail in one of your other recent movies, Miranda's Victim. Which one was filmed before the other?
Well, we filmed Miranda's Victim first, and then we filmed The Italians, and yes, my lead actress was Abigail Breslin, wonderful young actress who, of course, has had much success and nominated for an Oscar for Little Miss Sunshine. And she plays completely two different characters. One is Patricia Weir in 1963, the true story of how the Miranda rights came about. And this here, she's the girlfriend that this Italian son brings back to his parents, to their absolute, it's a mother, absolute horror, because this girlfriend is nothing like what she envisions for her son. She, she's been married, she's divorced, she doesn't want children, she doesn't go to church, she's not Catholic, she doesn't like her food. So it's one thing after the next. It becomes a horror show for the mother.
The Italians, available for streaming on demand exclusively on Amazon beginning today as this program airs, Friday, April 11th. Michelle Danner, the writer and star of The Italians, on the line with us right now. It sounds like you should think about doing a companion cookbook with all the recipes that...
We are, actually. That's so funny you mentioned that. Okay. We're working on it.
Very good, very good. Well, when that happens, let us know. We'll let our listeners know about it. The other great thing about The Italians is that it is very much an ensemble piece. Every character, we get to know each other. They become clearly defined. And I'm not an actor. I'm just saying this as someone who enjoys good acting and good performances. Every actor in The Italians has a moment to shine.
Yes. Absolutely. Everybody, I had this cast, this incredible cast. Matthew Daddario plays the son, and he's funny, and he's, heartfelt. Just a great actor. Abigail Breslin plays the girlfriend. Lainey Kazan plays the mother. Rob Estes plays Vincenzo, the husband. And, I have a lot of history with Rob because about a long time ago, over 20 years ago, we did a play in Los Angeles, The Rose Tattoo. They got some great reviews and awards and ran for over a year. And after that, we made a movie together and another movie, and then we did a couple of plays. So, and just now, after The Italians, we did another movie together, and we're about to do another movie. So it's incredible when you meet other actors that you can have this creative collaboration with.
Yes, and we've talked about this before, Michelle. One of the great things is when you click with certain actors, whether you're acting with them on stage and then on film, or whether you're working them with them as a director. When you work with someone like a Rob Estes or an Abigail Breslin that you've worked with before, there's an immediate shorthand that each of you have with each other. And so when the red light goes on and you have to get into character, you know what they're going to do, they know what you're going to do, and if they've been directed by you before, they know what sort of latitude you're going to give them as a director, so you just get to the heart of it instead of worrying about getting to know each other.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better than you just did.
Okay. The Italian's available for streaming on demand exclusively on Amazon beginning today, Friday, April 11th. Michelle's other films, as we mentioned earlier, include Miranda's Victim with Abigail Breslin and Donald Sutherland, as well as Bad Impulse, The Runner, and Hello Herman. Michelle's website, michelledanner.com. We lost Donald Sutherland not too long ago. What was your experience working with him?
Oh, my God. I mean, it'll be one of the highlights of, my professional career. He always, reminded me of my father. So when he said yes to Miranda's Victim, we were all ecstatic. And, Miranda's Victim ended up being not the last job that he did, but the last movie feature film that he did. He did a series after that. But, that will remain an honor. And, he was so nice. And he was just a delight to work with. Incredible.
It's cool listening to you talk about your experience working with Sutherland, because look, you've been doing this for a long time. You're very good at what you do, but it sounds like you got a little bit of a frisson because he was in your cast.
Oh yeah, I mean, who would not want to work with Donald Sutherland? I mean, he's a legend.
Michelle Danner, director and star of The Italians, available streaming on demand exclusively beginning today, Friday, April 11th. What else do you have in the works that you're at liberty to tell our listeners?
Well, I am going to shoot a romantic comedy called Starstruck, a sci-fi thriller called Helios in the next year to come, and a few others. I'm attached to a few others. The Girl in the Red Corner, an MMA movie, a movie called Party Crashers. So I'm very lucky to have some great stories that are waiting to be filmed.
Well, in the meantime, if you want a nice family comedy drama to dive into after your holiday meal this weekend, check out The Italians, directed by and starring Michelle Danner, as well as Rob Estes, Abigail Breslin, Lainey Kazan. The Italians, available exclusively for streaming on demand on Amazon beginning today, Friday, April 11th. Michelle Danner, always a pleasure to chat with you. I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you so much again for having me. A pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
One more item. If you're starting a company, particularly one that is in an emerging market, you know that averting any sort of legal dispute is crucial to your business plan. Our friends at Tectonic Law offer an array of services that can help you avoid and preempt future litigation while also developing and protecting your intellectual property and intangible assets. Tectonic Law serves the needs of a host of emerging industries throughout California and beyond, including industrial designers, beverage makers, artists, farmers, retail stores, health practitioners, wellness experts, cosmetics manufacturers, nonprofit organizations, innovators in sustainable practices, and libraries. Go to tectoniclaw.com to learn more about how Tectonic Law can help your business thrive. tectoniclaw.com. Rock solid representation for groundbreaking industries.
Hi, this is Harrison Page. You're listening to TV Confidential.
The next edition of TV Confidential will premiere next week on this station at the usual time. We will welcome back actor and author Peter Ford. Peter Ford, the son of Glenn Ford, plus we'll play part 2 of our conversation with Randy Scretbit about Laurel and Hardy and the March of the Wooden Soldiers. In the meantime, Ed Robertson, Beth Tony Figueroa, Donna Allen, Phil Grice, and Susan Silver, thank you so much for listening. Stay healthy, stay safe. Talk to you next time on TV Confidential.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-435-1887. 800-435-1887. 800-435-1887. That's 800-435-1887.